Hello and welcome to Climbing Daily. We are going trad climbing today.
Yay!
Because we're testing out the new Wild Country Zero micro cams. How much trad climbing have you done?
Enough to be your belayer.
Right, perfect. Okay, so we're at the turning for the Crag. Head uphill for a little bit and then we're there. You ready?
It's steep.
It's steep. We're gonna do it. So I always say we're going to the trad crag here in Chamonix, and what I mean by that is it's a crag in Chamonix without bolts on it, because in Europe everything is really bolted. So this is loads of cracks, a couple of routes. It's a good place to test out some gear. So we're at the base of the crag checking out some routes, but before we go climbing, let's talk about the Wild Country Zero cams. First of all, what is a cam? A cam is a way of protecting a climbing route that doesn't use bolts. You simply squeeze the trigger to retract the lobes, place the cam in a crack and release the trigger. The cam lobes then press against the crack, and when force is applied during a fall, the lobes push hard against it, hopefully preventing a big fall. Clipping into the cam is easy. You simply attach a wire gate or snap gate carabiner, bought separately, and clip into it like you would a quick draw. The Wild Country Zeros are meant to slot into the range of Wild Country cams already available. But why do you need a micro cam? Well, normal cams don't go down that small. The big brother to these stops at 0.4, whereas the smallest Wild Country Zero is all the way down to 0.1, absolutely tiny. So micro cams are designed for when the cracks get small, when you need a specialised bit of kit to protect the route properly. But don't just think that micro cams are for people cranking E8 super hard. I actually think they're useful on any rack. At the end of the day, trad climbing is about minimising risk. And if you've got a piece of equipment on you that can protect an otherwise unprotected area, then why wouldn't you get that? It just gives you more options when you're climbing. Okay, so let's chat about the Zeros themselves. Now they're designed to slightly overlap their big brother Wild Country friends. So the largest Zero overlaps the smallest friend. They're colour coordinated, so you can match it with the rest of the Wild Country range, and that makes it easy to rack up. But you don't just have to commit to Wild Country. They will match with other ones, so if you've got a set of C4s, for example, or DMM cams, the colours are fairly similar. So it's not like you buy one and that's it forever. You can match micro cams with big cams as well. The lobes themselves are textured and they haven't been anodized, and all that improves the grip between the lobe head and the rock itself. And the material of these cams, the metal, is a slightly softer alloy than normal. That's because, again, there's less lobe to push into the rock, and you want that lobe to have the maximum bite possible. Softer metal means better bite in the rock, which is great if you take a bit of a whipper. The whole thing is made of metal and it feels fantastic in the hands, and Wild Country have been clever by sticking the springs that usually on the outside on the inside, allowing a smaller head angle. There's a metal coil system protecting the stem, and that means that when you squeeze that trigger, it becomes a little bit stiffer, which makes it easier to place. But when you release it, it retains all that flexibility that we love from Wild Country. Let's talk about thumb loops, because I know this is a bit of a love-hate. Personally, I love a thumb loop, and the reason is I just find it easier to hold on to. It's far harder to drop, especially if you're a little bit scared and messing around, and if you're climbing in gloves, again, I just find it way better. I know some people hate a thumb loop, some people love a thumb loop. I'll let you guys decide in the comment below what's best. There's a 10mm Dyneema extendable sling on this cam, and that means that you don't need to carry up an extra quick draw. Why would you want to extend the cam? Well, sometimes the route wanders all over the place and you've got to extend the cam in order to avoid rope drag. I absolutely love it as a feature. I think it's brilliant when companies build that in, and it's a real selling point for me. Okay, that's enough tech talk. I haven't actually used these before. Everything I'm talking about is in theory, so let's get onto the rock and see what they're made of. I'm going to straight away stick in another piece actually, because there's a big old green placement here, which is nice, and I can get some gear above my head, which is always nice. Okay, so I've got a few options here. I'm going to try for quite a high micro cam placement. Nice. Okay, that's good. All right, I think I'm on the crux here. I have backed up that cam with just another one because I haven't done track climbing in a while. All right. Ooh, everything's the wrong way around. Straight away. Okay. So, I think I can get one in there actually. Which is kind of cool. Yeah. A normal size one, I think. Nice. Pure grace. Okay, first cruxy bit done, and this little slab here, it's quite fun. Okay, so stick one piece here, a little yellow one. Right, final little section of wall here. There is a stuck nut, which is always a good indication that someone's taken a fall. So it looks pretty good. I've checked it. I am going to clip it, but I'm also going to back it up. And this is one of those situations again where these micro cams are pretty useful. Just with that thin head angle, I can just slide it into something that I wouldn't normally be able to. I can just slot it in like so. Get a pretty good placement there and just back up this piece of stuck gear here. There we go. Okay, cool. Oh, yes. I wouldn't be an English trad climber if I didn't use my knee. Cool, that's it, top of the route. Anchor's just there, nice bolted belays for us. So yeah, that was cool, but my first time using them Wild Country Zeros. I tell you what, let's go down to the ground, chill out a bit, and then I'll tell you what I think. I'm back on the ground. It's actually just starting to rain, so let's smash this outro through. What did I think of them? Well, first of all, I really enjoyed climbing a bit of trad again, and I really enjoyed using these. With micro gear, you're usually in a situation where you have to trust them. You're using them in small placements, and I think that if you don't think about it, it shows it's a good bit of kit. And when I was on that route, I was just seeing a crack, looking down, placing it, moving on with confidence, and that's what it's all about for me. That was my first climb on these, so obviously I'm going to be putting them to the test and using them more throughout the rest of this summer. So I'll let you guys know how I get along with these cams. As always, let me know in the description below what you think of them and if you're thinking of getting a set. And if you are thinking of getting a set, there of course is a link down below so you can buy them from the EpicTV shop. Okay, that's it for today. Have an amazing weekend and I'll see you soon.